Liverpool's distance ahead of Man Utd never clearer as rivals take Alexander Isak's stance. The growing gap between Liverpool and Manchester United is highlighted once again, with both clubs showing vastly different stances towards striker Alexander Isak. Liverpool has no competition from Manchester United in the race for Alexander Isak. The widening gap between Liverpool and Manchester United has been thrown into sharp focus once again, this time over their contrasting approaches to Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak. Isak was left out of Newcastle's traveling squad for their pre-season Asia tour, which begins with a friendly against Arsenal this weekend, citing a thigh injury for his omission. However, reports from the Daily Mail suggest Newcastle is also aware of Isak's interests in exploring transfer options, one of which could be a move to Liverpool. Isak still has 3 years remaining on his contract with Newcastle, and the club is keen to retain him. Newcastle's chief executive, Darren Eales, confirmed last season that discussions about a contract extension would take place during the off-season. Despite this, Isak is currently hesitant to commit his future to the Magpies as he considers his next steps. Meanwhile, rumors are swirling. Liverpool is reportedly prepared to make him the most expensive signing in Premier League history. Liverpool previously indicated it would be willing to offer around $162 million for Isak. However, with Newcastle firmly refusing to sell, no formal bid was made, and the club instead secured Hugo Ekitike's signature. Whether Liverpool will view Isak's apparent desire to leave St. James's Park as a renewed opportunity remains uncertain. At Anfield, Isak is seen as a proven Premier League talent and a reliable option up front. Despite spending nearly $400 million this summer, the Reds have yet to offload Darwin Núñez and have rejected offers from Bayern Munich and Barcelona for Luis Diaz, resulting in a crowded attacking lineup. A move for Isak might become viable if circumstances around Núñez and Diaz shift. Alexander Isak is being linked with a move to Liverpool this summer. A new center forward was United's top priority this summer, yet over $175 million has been spent on two attackers who operate best playing off a central striker. Club executives continue to explore the market for a true number 9, with names like Ollie Watkins and Nicholas Jackson recently discussed, but Isak has not been among their primary targets. Despite being regarded as one of the best in his position globally, Newcastle's firm stance on keeping the Swedish striker led United to look elsewhere. Even now, the financial demands of signing Isak make a deal highly unlikely. More importantly, it's questionable whether he would leave a Champions League campaign with Newcastle to join a club that finished 15th in the Premier League last season. Even if United could persuade him, the deal would require significant financial maneuvering. While Alejandro Garnacho is one of their most valuable trade assets, Newcastle is already well stocked in wide attacking positions, limiting the viability of any potential swap. It just shows the gap between United and Liverpool couldn't be wider. Latest on Alexander Isak's future as Eddie Howe drops Liverpool transfer update. Alexander Isak could leave Newcastle this summer, with Liverpool the only club to have made an offer for the Swedish striker. As Eddie Howe spoke out on his future, Eddie Howe explained Alexander Isak's absence. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has made it clear that there's no set deadline for a verdict on Alexander Isak's future, but he acknowledged that the Liverpool-linked forward might depart this summer. The Swedish frontman, who has shone brightly during his 3-year stint at St. James's Park, is keen to consider opportunities beyond the Magpies. This leaves Newcastle facing the prospect of losing its star player, even after lifting a trophy and securing a Champions League spot. Should Isak exit, it would likely demand a record-breaking fee from a British club, with Liverpool currently the sole Premier League side showing interest, alongside attention from Saudi Arabia. Isak's recent season saw him hit peak form in terms of goals, yet he remains absent from the team's preseason activities, primarily due to the ongoing rumors about his future. Howe has stated that the club won't rush into any decisions as they contemplate what will benefit them in the long term. He said, "I wouldn't put a timescale on it. I think with these situations, it has to be right for the football club, and everything then is taken into context below that. But the club will make the right decision with all the information that it has, and ultimately to try and move the club forward in whatever way that is. Then it's up to us to make good decisions the other way and try and improve the squad as best we can. That's what we're trying to do," regardless of Alex's situation. Howe faces the prospect of losing his best player. But I think there's a wider picture here. There's a whole football club that has to make the decision. The ownership, together with the board of directors, especially with the money involved in modern-day transfers. The manager, of course, has an opinion, but ultimately the decision will rest with the board, he added. Of course, there's things going on behind the scenes with Alex. He will be aware he's in the news every day, and I'm sure that's not easy for anyone in that situation. Conversations that happen between Alex and the club or Alex and myself will stay private for obvious reasons. We do share a really good relationship with him. He's been magnificent for us and he's very popular in the dressing room. We'd love him to continue his journey at Newcastle. I certainly hope he stays, and I said last weekend, I was confident that he'd stay. I don't see anything that's going to change that opinion of mine at the moment, but it's football and who knows what the future may bring. All I would say on the broader picture is whatever happens has to be right for Newcastle. We're in a very strong position financially. We're determined to be successful. We are ambitious. We've got a great season ahead of us. We need to add to the squad and continue to improve, and the journey can continue in an upward trajectory. Liverpool has recently splashed out to secure Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt as its new number 9. But this might not deter the club from re-entering the market to consider a deal for Isak. The Reds have already shelled out more than $300 million this summer, but they still have the capacity to spend significantly more if required. This would be a massive setback for Newcastle, who has been open about its ambitions. Since their Saudi owners took over, the Magpies have managed to invest steadily and have kept hold of their star players up until now. Arsenal sends title reminder to Liverpool by completing $85 million. Viktor Gyökeres transfer. Star striker Viktor Gyökeres has completed his move to Arsenal from Sporting Lisbon, with the Gunners finally landing their top target after a protracted transfer saga. Viktor Gyökeres has joined Arsenal. Arsenal has completed the signing of Viktor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon for £63.7 million, $85.6 million. And the Swede will join up with his new teammates on their preseason tour of Asia. Gyökeres, who will wear the number 14 shirt for the Gunners, had been tipped to depart Sporting Lisbon this summer following 2 remarkably prolific campaigns in Portugal and failed to report for preseason training in a bid to engineer a move away from the Portuguese team. The transfer is a huge boost to Arsenal's Premier League title aspirations and a concern for Liverpool, as a direct rival has strengthened its attack. Arsenal made Gyökeres its primary target after switching focus from Benjamin Sesko when the RB Leipzig striker's wage demands became problematic. The Gunners have since been in talks with Sporting, but an agreement has now been struck. Gunners boss Mikel Arteta said, "We're absolutely delighted to welcome Viktor Gyökeres to the club. The consistency he has shown in his performances and availability have been outstanding, and his goal contributions speak for themselves. Viktor has so many qualities. He is a quick and powerful presence up front, with incredible goal-scoring numbers at club and international levels. Gyökeres has scored plenty of goals in recent years. He brings a clinical edge with a high conversion rate of chances into goals, with his intelligent movement in the box making him a constant threat. We're excited about what Viktor brings to our squad and are looking forward to start working with him. We welcome Viktor and his family to Arsenal." Gyökeres said, "I always want to score. To be a part of this club and to score in this kit and with this badge in front of all the supporters, I can't wait. It will be an amazing feeling. I started here in England. It feels like a long time ago. I think I've improved a lot since then. Now I want to prove myself for real and perform together with the team." Gyökeres will make his comeback to England, having previously turned out for Brighton, Swansea, and Coventry City. His displays with the Sky Blues caught the attention of Sporting, prompting the team to secure the striker's signature. Gyökeres' first competitive appearance for Arsenal is expected to arrive against Manchester United when the Premier League season kicks off on August 17th. Arsenal recognized that its main objective this summer was securing a genuine striker, with Arteta having been forced to improvise with his attacking options. This has resulted in Kai Havertz frequently spearheading the attack over the last 18 months when available. while Gabriel Jesus has battled fitness issues and inconsistent form. Liverpool hopes of £150 million. Alexander Isak deal soars contract bombshell drops. Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak and Liverpool manager Arne Slot. Liverpool have received a huge boost in their quest to bring Alexander Isak to Anfield this summer, with Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe making a startling revelation about talks over the striker's contract, while pundit Steve Nicol has shared his concerns about the Swedish star. The situation of Isak at Newcastle has evolved rapidly since Team Talk's transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, first exclusively broke the story on Thursday that the striker wants to leave St. James Park. Isak wants to join Liverpool in the summer transfer window, with the Premier League champions also keen on a deal for the 25-year-old Sweden international, despite securing the services of Hugo Ekitike this week. It will not be a cheap deal, though, as Liverpool, who made an inquiry for Isak before they moved for Ekitike, will have to pay £150 million, €171 million, $201 million, for Isak, according to the Daily Mail's Craig Hope. Liverpool are readying a British club record offer for Isak, according to Hope, who believes that Isak will join Liverpool, despite PIF-owned Saudi Pro League club Al Hilal being ready to pay him £600,000 per week with bonuses on top. With Isak's heart set on a move to Liverpool, manager Slot and sporting director Richard Hughes have received yet another boost, with Newcastle manager Howe admitting that no talks over a new contract have taken place. Isak, who is not part of Newcastle's pre-season tour of Asia, has been at the Premier League club since 2022 and is under contract until the summer of 2028. The Independent quotes Howe as saying about Isak, "Of course there's things going on behind the scenes. He will be aware he's in the news every day, and I'm sure that's not easy for anyone in that situation. Conversations that happen between Alex and the club or Alex and myself will stay private for obvious reasons. We do share a really good relationship with him. He's been magnificent for us since he's joined. He's very popular in the dressing room, and we'd love him to continue his journey at Newcastle." Howe added, "As far as I'm aware, I don't think there are any contract talks taking place at the moment. That'll be for a later date potentially. I think for now, with the situation as it is and the state of the window, in the sense that it's hurtling towards the end of the window very quickly from our perspective, there's still so much that could happen." Steve Nicol questions Alexander Isak to Liverpool logic. Liverpool legend. Nicol is a fan of Isak, but the ESPN FC pundit has questioned where the striker would fit in at Anfield. The pundit has noted that it will not be easy for Slot to place Slot and Ekitike together, with Mohamed Salah being guaranteed a place on the right side of the attack. Nicol told ESPN FC, "How does this figure into the front line? Salah has to play wide right. Are you going to play Ekitike and Isak? I guess you could do that. That would be my only concern, I think. To have the problem is going to be a great one. But at the same time, be careful what you wish for, because if you're going to upset the apple cart, you're going to make people unhappy. Sometimes you're better staying away. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this." Nicol has also shared his concern at the timing of Isak putting in a transfer request at Newcastle. The pundit said, "I find that a little strange. If Isak was really that desperate to get away, there was absolutely no way on this earth that Liverpool wouldn't be trying to talk to Isak. They would be talking to him, whether it's behind closed doors, someone making a phone call. That's what I find strange. It's taken until Ekitike actually signs for Liverpool for Isak to turn around and demand to be going. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me." Latest Liverpool news, Juventus raid, Barcelona threat. An Italian publication has claimed that Liverpool are showing interested in a Juventus star who has refused to turn up for preseason training and is very likely to leave the Italian giants in the summer transfer window. Liverpool have set a hefty price tag on two of their players, with West Ham United keen on a double deal with the Premier League champions. Meanwhile, Barcelona have joined the hunt for one of Liverpool's best players, who is out of contract at the Reds at the end of next season.